What's up, Black family? This is Su- Super Mike 2164, and we're gonna do a quick talk. I don't know how quick. It should be pretty quick, relatively quick. But yeah, I am late on the stream because this is a subject that we just need to keep dealing with. This is something that's going to be pretty much always type of thing. You don't ever stop developing, and that's pretty much what this kind of talk is. You gotta um, and this video really is just, I didn't introduce it, nothing really. It's just responding to some of the recent developments. uh you know I am a member of the Nation of Islam and people, and I've been in the nation since I was 9. My family joined when I was about 9. That was in 1983. So, and you know, that is a source of pride for me because all the different people I met. You know, my father was a member of the Black Christian Nationalists, which is the Shrine of the Black Madonna, which I respect them too. But the thing is, some of my sisters and some brothers did not, stay in the nation, what have you. But I stayed in the nation because, the thing is, I see, I seen a benefit to people that I was exposed to, the principles and the knowledge that I was exposed to. I appreciate it. I like the community, this the pro black community, so called pro blacks that everybody wants to criticize. A lot of people want to criticize, not everybody. But, it really sounds funny to me, you know, when black people criticize pro black. It is absolutely insane. It just, to me, shows how sick we are. How in hell could you criticize something that is pro you? The only way you can even rationalize something like that is if you were steeped in a anti-black ideology. And this is the reason why we have to this is the subject that we have to keep going over, because we have to maintain. It's just, to me, the Nation of Islam, even if you're not in it. And one of the things I love about the Nation of Islam too is I'm not out here to try to convert nobody. I don't have to convert you. I can respect you, protect you, love you, no matter what. Um, as long as you're in an authentic group that is, something that you believe in, that you believe truly is to develop for the benefit of the people, then I mean I can respect you, you know. So that's one thing I like, because I know with the standard Aryan Christianized mentality, you know, is taught that you must say you are what I am. Otherwise, you are my enemy, or you're in the wrong church, or you're in the wrong, like, how can I tell you in the wrong this or wrong that? I don't know what that has done for your family. Okay. And so this is, the thing is, this is what we call heritages and stuff. So now the thing is, a heritage in a culture has to be grown authentically. It's not something that you can just, hey, what's going on, sister? What's going on, Divide? Yeah, something a heritage has to be grown authentically, and there's a lot of problems, troubles, and all sorts of things that gets associated with that. But you know, and you just work through that. And this is something that in America, and not even just in America, but I'm noticing in some many other places, that indigenous and black people, and the thing is, black people in America, we don't see ourselves as indigenous people, but we literally are. We are Aboriginal indigenous peoples. We are indigenous people. We were here. Are authentic, original. We are part of an original nation that had our memories wiped clean. So we actually think with the culture and history implanted in our indigenous bodies, in our biological bodies. We have the mindset of the Aryan history kind of put in our head. So we think that we're them, but we're not them, and we kind of know that we're not them, but it's like a battle there. It's an internal battle. So we find it difficult to connect with things that esteem ourselves or esteem our original history. What was your history before? You know, this interruption or this interruption in your genetic memory or your lineage. When you look at some of these European folks, they can track their family names back, 1,000 years and all of this type of things. Even African people, many African people and folks, they can track their names back, thousand, some 2,000 years back. Um, Black Americans, we don't have that luxury. Black Caribbeans, the people in South America, a lot of them don't have that luxury. So there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect in memory. And this translates into our behaviors. So this is what I'm saying. When you start to understand what a real culture is, then you start to retain and appreciate the struggles, the goods and the bads that you go through. Every group of people who we currently see as a success, they had their ratchet period. I don't care who you're looking at. I mean, just absolute savagery. And you can look at the most savages porn or baby daddies, mamas, killers, you know, gangs. I mean, all the stuff that you see black folks do. Had a mother kill her 2 kids and say they deserved it. Crazy stuff that we're doing right now. But you can find that and more in every other group on this planet. But there's this period that your solution oriented people, these people are described nowadays actually as pro blacks. And they're laughed at, hoteppers. This is the type of people who have looked back in the past, gathered some hidden history, and brought it forth and exposed it to show the people, here's something that we can be proud of. Pro blacks, people who organize events to try to solve problems, organize people to do things that enhance the life of black people. That's pro black. What's wrong with that? I mean, and we look really ignorant, I believe. We look ignorant criticizing people who do things like this. And so this is what I wanted to kind of get out here. Now, the thing is, we went back into this Malcolm X thing. I'm going to show, this is my main, this brother here. Hold on a second here. Actually, you know what? I messed up. I should put his picture up first. I don't know the brother's name. Thoughts, Camera, Action. That's his channel. He's been banned. He's had some other issues going on. Let me find his picture. Just want to show y'all this. All right, so that's Thoughts, Camera, Action. He has an excellent channel, but he's Hebrew Israelite thinking, but he goes against his. They love to fight there in Hebrew Israelite and debate against themselves, and so that's something there. But that's not what I'm talking about. So the thing is, he's he's put together pretty good movies. Um, he has a religious channel. It's religion, and but he also has other topics that he discusses, and really good channel. I like his channel. But the thing is, he has this belief, idea, hatred of, the Nation of Islam. And hey, I'm not here to try to necessarily tit for tat people, but I mean, a lot of times people hate what they don't understand. Uh, but we do have to kind of correct some stuff. So this is what I want to do here. I want to show this here. Let me share this part of the screen. 1 second. And guys, like I said, I really don't want to go too long in this, but I think I might go a little longer in this. Because Malcolm X, I guess when people hate your ideology and they find something kind of legitimate, like a possible legitimate thing that they can kind of beat you on, for example, the Malcolm X issue, then now they can kind of justify. So this brother put this video out. This is his channel, Thoughts, Camera, Action. And and just not only his channel, but like I said, over the years, he's actually been banned because he's been talking about the small hat. He does social commentary as well, but he's over there in the UK. He has a relatively sizable channel. Let's see how many people. I think he has like 70,000 subscribers or something like that. He's just not showing his subscribers here. Yeah. But basically, his channel is monetized. Basically, you can join his channel. They allow his channel up. He gets the Cash App, the Patreon, the PayPal, the GoFundMe. He got the T-shirts. He has all of that. Provoking thoughts, making money. That's absolutely beautiful. Good. He's got a nice following. And, they respect his opinion. So the thing is, though, he's saying that Louis Farrakhan, NOIs controlled the opposition or a rogue. And, it's fine. He can say that. Then he puts out another video, The Nation of Islam Origin Story. So the thing is, the brother is repeating lies here. So I got to touch base on a couple of these things. And I make some comments here. I made some comments on them. And he responded to me, but I basically said, if you want to have a bigger impact, you have to understand the actual theology and not mix it up with fake pictures and information. That's what's happening. Fake pictures and information. This here is a fake picture. This is a fake picture. I remember in Detroit when the Wapians, which is Malachi Z. York, the imprisoned pedophile, but he used to take the Nation of Islam's lessons and supreme wisdoms and mix it up with his own stuff. And I think some of his followers created that cartoon that we'll see parts of this cartoon later about Dr. Yaqub. Now, the thing is, the Nation of Islam theology, I mean, it's not something that a lot of people have a foundation to just believe in. So of course, the first reaction is to ridicule it. We expect that. I expect that because it happens every time. People would ridicule. But the only thing we'd say is ask people, go ahead and prove it, document it, false. And instead of just saying that you never heard of it just because you don't know about it, you just laugh at it. That's fine. You can laugh. But when you go start trying to research and start to try to get some documents and prove this false or that false, then you'll understand why it's not to be laughed at. And so the thing is, this guy here is not, they say that we say that this is Master Farad Muhammad. This is not. None of this picture, no part of this picture is real. None of it at all. This is a fake picture, Wallace Dodd Muhammad, superimposed on some type of body somebody drew. And the hat is fake. So all of this picture is fake. The whole thing. But he's representing this as Master Farad Muhammad. This is not Master Farad Muhammad. That's very important because the thing is, especially in the beginning, you have to defend the theology. You have to defend the actual truth. The truth needs defense. You know, I've heard people talking about how, oh, men don't need defending, or black men don't need defending or protection. Black women don't need protection. Everything needs protection. It's a principle in nature. If you don't have a form of protection, you won't survive this universe. Okay? So I just want to hear what the man says on this part. We're not going to show the.
And that's from Wiki. But we're going to find the sources everywhere and in other places too. And we're going to let them speak for themselves. And when you look at his death, it just says he disappeared. He came in mysteriously and then disappeared mysteriously. And his philosophy, his doctrines were targeted towards the black community in Detroit, 1930s. Interesting. In fact, there was a moderator who used to moderate on this channel, and her name was Ems D2. And I think she might have been an agent, you know, because 1 minute she's here moderating, next minute I hear that she died, next minute I hear that she's in hospital, next minute I'm hearing all these different things, and I'm thinking, wow, yeah, I'm definitely scaling back. And that's not because I think anyone's an agent, but I'm just kind of like, the Most High said, nah, man, you don't need too many mods. Keep it to 7. But that being said.
So the Most High told him that. Now, the thing is here, the only reason why I'm playing this is because of the way the man is handling the information. And this is the reason, and the reason why a lot of black folks don't understand. I also hear black people say how, oh, I'm not part of any group, or I'm not this, or I'm not part of anything, and they act like that's something to be proud of. Black people, you're not organized. This is the reason why you get ran over. We have no groups. We have groups, but the thing is, we were discouraged from forming groups in the 60s because we used to form groups, and when we started to organize, we became more powerful. You have to join up. You should all be a part of several groups, actually. You know, the thing is, though, your theology, though, is what drives your spirit. There should be sacred cows in the black community. You know, there's a thing called sacred cows. Those things allow you to motivate your community in big ways. You know, the society and civilization is not really possible without some form of sacred science or some sort of religion. You find any country, any nation that has started or lasted more than 100 years without some form of religion, some sort of sacred science. You're not going to find anything like that. All these, agnostic and, atheist folks. That's not how you form anything. Things need to be formed around an idea. And so when someone's attacking the idea Okay, because really and truly, a lot of times people don't actually act upon what is actually true. They act upon what they believe, the idea. Now, you want your ideas to be true. Therefore, when someone attacks it, it's easy to defend because it lines up with actual facts. Okay, but even if your idea is not true, people will act upon your idea and build upon that idea. But the problem is with that is when someone attacks the idea and exposes the idea as actually untrue, then your stuff crumbles. So the only way to attack a true idea, an idea that actually is true, because you can't attack it with truth because it's true. So you have to attack it and try to get people to turn from the truth to falsehood. And this is the reason why you have these fake pictures here. This is the reason why Facebook has fact checkers and stuff. They're trying, and their fact checkers don't really check facts, but we'll keep that going.
Guy just came in, Might just mysteriously came in and then mysteriously bounced. And then mysteriously things just started to take place and take root, and doctrines are coming out, and philosophies and eschatologies and numerologies and all kinds of different stuff just came out.
And the Hebrew Israelite as well finds their some of their doctrines or their explosions or some of their greatest leaderships coming from the Nation of Islam former members. But he does probably, maybe he doesn't know that. The thing is, though, Master Farad, that's the reason why we have Master Farad Muhammad, born in Mecca. Father was black, original people. Mother was a white woman. This is not the real picture. So we'll show. Let me see if he shows a real picture. There's no way I can go through this whole thing because he kind of really just, everything he says, he kind of slants it. Oh, okay, so now someone checks him on it, and he pulls up the real picture. He lets the brother call in. That's fake. And let's look at it. The brother calls in. Let's get a better picture, I think. The wife comes in. All right. So now that's actually a artist, but the artist was true to detail. This is the actual photo of Master Farad Muhammad. This is the official photo that's in the Nation of Islam record. And there's more pictures, but this is the record. This is the photo of Master Farad Muhammad. Keep in mind, all the pictures black and white. So no one who lived in that same period of time and was taught by this man was saying that he was a white man. Okay, so this is one thing that we need to understand. That he taught tens of thousands of people. He taught tens of thousands of people direct. So I just wanted to put that out there because, we just need to kind of understand some of this stuff. There's no way I can go through all of this, but I want to go through a couple other pieces on this guy's stream here. Let's see if I can. Well, the sister did answer a couple pieces on him, but all right, let me go through some of this, kid, because this is part of what I documented. Now, this thoughts you are misleading this vid, brother. So the brother checking him on it. So let's look at this here. Now, this is about the story of Dr. Yaqub. This is a story here, and this is a history. The Nation of Islam teaches, and this is in Message to the Black Man. You can find this, that the history of what we define as the white race It goes back 6,600 years ago with a scientist, a black scientist named Yakub, Dr. Yakub. Basically, he had a birth control program. Make a long story short, birth control program. The people who followed and listened to him were given a land, a island, basically. It was called Patmos or Pilan, the same Patmos that's in the Bible. That land had this birth control program. These people they chose to kill darker babies and save lighter babies. And through this process, the dominant genetics, the dominant genes were eliminated from this large group of people. And these are the seed of the white race, as they're called. Their skin was as white, basically, and that is their beginnings. So, but this story here, now we can go through the stories in the Message of the Black Man. We'll go through I don't want to go through the whole thing because it's too much to cover. I want to go through a couple pieces here. But the point is, this cartoon, it mixes in some of that history, but then it animates it, which I don't have a problem with them animating it. But then they add to it crap that's not true. And this is the reason why this is how your books get mixed up and lies get told. Let's see what this says.
The original 60,000 of Yaqub's followers jumped ship because they were confused why he would do such a horrible thing, leaving only 5% of the original 60,000 of Yaqub's followers who actually made it to their destination of the island of Patmos in the Aegean Sea. As king on his island, Yaqub set up birth control and Planned Parenthood laws which would contribute to his plan of negative eugenics and genocide to breed his albinoid tribe.
Yeah, negative eugenics and all this kind of stuff. That's all their stuff, which is fine. But the point is, this is when he starts getting that part. That was pretty much, he started getting crazy. But now this is where they start getting crazy with this cartoon. They start adding to it.
But his mother calls him Yashmal. Yashmal was the son of Princess Radiya of the Shayuk family,
this
and
is
Prince
not
Atif the
anything
family.
In the Nation
Yashmal's
of Islam.
Parents, Princess Radiya and Prince Atif, married each other in order to establish peace between their two quarreling tribes. However, the union of Princess Radiya and Prince Atif was more than mere chance. Their union was specifically guided, selected, and arranged by the 24 wise elder scientists of the inner earth who were also genetic engineers.
See, the 24 scientists of the inner earth, all of this stuff, the Yashmal and, Prince Radiance and, that is his stuff. That's stuff that they're making up. All of this different stuff here, this is what they are dealing with. All right. Now, I just wanted to put that out there that this whole cartoon is really just poison. It needs to be thrown away. Let's look at this part. I want to see what this says.
To the end. All right, cool. All right, guy. What's your name again? Leroy. We'll have a chinwag at the end, okay?
Hold on. So brother Leroy is kicking
sciences which are taught by the schools in the inner earth by the time he was age 12, even though it is common to finish this coursework by age 15. But Yashmal,
I have to watch this from the beginning. Is this supposed to be facts? It's not facts. Okay, this part is just crap that they're making up for fun. And that's why it's messed up, because you're taking somebody's actual theology and then you want to add some other stuff to it. But whatever.
was a genius and a prodigy. After finishing school, Yashmal met with the 24 wise elder scientists of the inner earth and told them of his intention to travel to the surface world as a bringer of peace and redeemer of the Ebenoid people.
Lies.
Yashmal was tried and tested by the 24 wise elder scientists of the inner earth.
Cartoon.
Yeah, they just drop little things in there that make you think, oh, that's scriptural. Like it's a 24 scientific elders. So now you're thinking, oh, the 24 elders of the scriptures, and I missed the part where it talked about 5%ers, where it said something about 5%ers. Oh no, that's coming up actually. So listen out for when they say 5%ers.
Now the 5%ers is in the teaching in supreme wisdom that 85% of the people were ignorant to the ways of this system. 10% were the basically the folks who kept the confusion going in the rich stealing, profiting off the ignorance of the people, and 5% were those poor righteous teachers. These people who would teach the people, even though they may not make money, regardless of who or what. So basically, that is the 5%ers. So I don't know what this guy is going to talk about. 5%. Like I said, this is just kind of all adding in. I don't want to go too far in this because I want to try to get through some of these concepts, because this is really, I mean, this video is just to document, that is crap.
Listen out to when they say 144,000. So what they do is, it's like somebody just got a very creative year. Said, you know what, how can I get these Negroes on side? Let's send in Farad Muhammad, who's like a very expert at storytelling. And because he's got an Islamic background, he's probably studied Christianity. Let's get him to just amalgamate the two and then hybridize it and then resell it back to the Negroes.
You're talking about amalgamate Christianity and Islam. They're really in the same line. They have the same prophets. Abraham, Isaac, Moses, Adam. It's all the same. So what is he talking about? But see, this is the problem. He's actually a Christian mind. And it's not even an original Christian mind. Well, when I would say a follower of the Christ or whatever, as we would say, this mindset is coming from the Aryanization, or this is, like I said, this is some other stuff from the Romans and all that we have gotten into our head. And, of course, no one, it takes time. So, that's the reason why I don't get mad at people when they behave like this, but it does need to be corrected. And a lot of this, I'm noticing, is coming out after the Malcolm X can't be used anymore.
And get them excited.
Found worthy. At age 18, Yashmal traveled to the area presently known as the Mwanza region near the countries of Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya in Africa. Yashmal called his new doctrine Teachnology, and his holy book was called the Book of Teachnology of 720 Degrees, which was in a question and answer format designed to get the mental energies of the listeners flowing in the same direction, which would in turn create unity.
Guys, should we get Leroy to jump on now? Should we just take a break and let Leroy jump in?
Yeah. His brother suspect is, I don't know what. But anyway, let's
That's the picture the enemy put out there. That picture's right here. They trying to undermine and say that was Master Farad Muhammad.
Yeah, so the brother's hot. I don't need to get that hot, but I do want to document that. You see this number here. This number looks like it was written on. If you notice, that number is like written instead of and it's written 45138. This number is written in handwriting on the written over the photograph, in 33, because this same picture was superimposed. This was an FBI trick here, and it wasn't he wasn't holding the number up. They had to write it on there to try to trick everybody. But anyway, this is a fake photograph. They're claiming that this man was Master Farad Muhammad because he looked similar enough based on their records. He looked similar enough for them to say that. but of course, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and it's been proven several times that this man is not. This picture is a fake. But I don't want to go through all that because you can look at Dr. Wesley on that. But I just wanted to go through. This is the reason why I wanted to go through this, because I think we just need to put this brother on map. I don't have a problem with people just not agreeing, and you do your video on stuff. But my thing is, it does need to be answered. Of course, he can keep doing what he's doing. It just needs to be answered. But the thing is, if you keep putting out, if I'm telling you that what you're putting out is not the theology, you cannot criticize me for something I don't even believe. You're putting out lies. So if you're wanting, that's the reason why I told him, if you want to have a bigger impact, you have to understand the actual theology and not mix it up with fake pictures and information. And the guy asked me, then, here's another one, he says. So he says, this is Master Farad Muhammad as well. Hold on. He wants to say this is Master Farad Muhammad. Hold on.
Be consistent. If you know what I'm saying. But we're gonna hear that towards the end.
Call a pale man, huh? Brother, I am not playing. This is serious. The white man is not the real man. He's a made human being from you. Yaqub then had to teach them a teaching.
When he said a good point, a lot of these individuals that caused a lot of deception on the plantation generally were coming from some ambiguous background. Oftentimes, the mom was probably black and the dad was white.
So this man's talking about ambiguous background. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that part.
Right. Or the grandfather was white. So they had like a divided loyalty. That was kind of the main makeup on the plantation, was those who had like a this is gonna sound a bit out there, but that's when you study the plantation that it was set up, and when you study a book called The End of African Civilization, this was kind of the way that they were coming in via the ports for trade and commerce. And it was generally the ethnic ambiguous who had like a white granddad or a white dad or something like that. That was the most compromising, because they were the ones who were advanced in society, along with the other types of variations of mulatto, but especially that variation. But anyway.
See, they really get into that mulatto thing. This is a big thing for them. And because I think this man's background is Jamaica and the Caribbeans, even though he's over there in the UK. But the thing is, they're really they don't understand here in the United States, for the most part. Yeah, we have colorism, and it happens a lot now. The colorism issue, but really, it's either you're black or you're not black, for the most part. High yellow people is black. They're just high yellow. They might get treated a little bit better, but they're not white. They're not white, and they're not a different thing. They're not a different person or a different community. They could be treated a little better, especially down in the New Orleans area. I noticed they do that a lot, but in other places probably. But yeah, the colorism thing is something. It is true, but as far as that, that the variations of mulatto, we don't really think like that. It's just your mulatto, to me, is just you're just a half white, half black. So, or something like that. But anyway, I want to get to another part. It was one part I wanted to get to, but I guess it was wrong. that one picture. He tried to come across and say, oh, there he is. He's trying to say that's Master Farad Muhammad. And this is a lie too.
And the amount of black people that love Nation of Islam, it's ridiculous. So this guy went on to teach this guy.
That's not Master Farad
Muhammad.
Muhammad. See, that's what I'm saying. He's just lying to people. This guy went on to teach this guy. Just lying. Now, if I was going to deal with the Hebrew Israelite thing, I'm not going to sit here and lie. And if I'm not sure of something, I'm going to say I'm not sure. This is what I believe they believe. Now, you tell me if I say this is what I believe you believe, and then you say no, we don't. Okay, you don't. You don't believe that. So anyway, let me get to this part. And to some people who, hey, what's going on, Brother Speak? What's up, Brother Speak? What's going on? Hey, and you know what? I'm going to drop this because I do want to get, if y'all feel like making a comment, hold on. I do want to hear, because I'm going to show some other stuff, but only reason why I'm going to have to go in a minute. If y'all want to. But I can't do this all right quick. This thoughts camera action guy. That's what I'm really going after. I'm wanting to touch base with this dude because this, the thing is, when you are part of something or you have a certain group, which I encourage us all to look for certain groups. The thing is though, but you don't abandon the facts. The facts enhance your group. You don't have to lie to maintain your group. All right. And let me see here. Let me see. Let me get is this it? Yeah, for example here. This channel here, the Malcolm X channel. They've been attacked. This man who put this channel together, he's been attacking the Nation of Islam for decades.
We have known Malcolm for quite a few years. Last year, 1964, was kind of bitter with us. Malcolm breaking out.
This is after Malcolm's assassination. And after Malcolm's assassination, these guys, what's going on, Brother Speak?
Hey, nothing much, Super Mike. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, after Malcolm's assassination, these guys wanted to blame the nation. They wanted to blame Elijah Muhammad for this. So what do you think? Did you see some of this the news, how the brothers from the nation got exonerated?
Yeah, I saw a mention of that.
Yeah. So now these old haters, I mean, like I said before, probably now millions of people, even though the news is coming out, still millions of people just like, now y'all still just had something to do with it. It can't be, but the bottom line is, this is the interview where the reporters tried to get Elijah Muhammad to kind of say Malcolm, that he tried to kill Malcolm or something. But this interview was posted. I guess he posted this when he posted this a few months ago, actually. And he won't take it because he says Elijah Muhammad lies about Malcolm X. But then it comes out that the New York Police Department decided to take down they exonerated the two brothers from the nation that was accused of killing Malcolm. But everybody in the nation and everybody who really looked at the facts knew them brothers wasn't even in the room. They wasn't even in the Audubon ballroom. So they knew they was being framed. But yeah, what do you think about that whole issue, the whole Malcolm X thing and all the history that you probably have heard over it and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, what I've uh, from what I've heard, and I was, that's what I was led to believe, that the Nation of Islam was somewhat involved in that. But whether they were the ones that pulled the trigger, I mean, I didn't really know. So, but that was just my belief. But like I said, I mean, if those two who they would claim for the nation, they were from the Nation of Islam, were exonerated, then you know, then that
They
would
just
kind of
they just exonerate folks and then they don't say nothing else. But the
right.
thing is, the family. I mean, the thing is, and and people who have been accused in some of this, all these so-called.
As soon as you guys are ready, we're gonna go.
All these people who pretend like they knew everything or what have you, they don't say they were wrong or they don't say any of that. They just actually, this one dude actually says the DA in New York is wrong.
Mm.
The DA in New York, who has access to the restricted information, the DA in New York, they have access to that stuff that needs to be released so everybody can see. But he said this man is wrong. Now just look at this here. I made this post a long time ago, but I want to get your opinion on this. Have you ever seen this little footage of right around this issue? This is
No,
this is little footage on Malcolm X, kind of like right after he had been killed. It's right there. I talk in here, but maybe I should turn myself down. I just want you to see it actually.
okay.
Hold on. Let's see. Go ahead. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear anything.
Good. Okay. I don't want it to be real.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't want the noise. I just want you to see it. So, this is Malcolm's body. Right? You see that? Can you hear me, Brother Speak?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, so this is Malcolm's body right here on the ground. This is video like right after he had been killed. Don't anybody want to know who this is?
That would be nice. Who's this person?
This man works for the FBI. His name is Gene Roberts. You can type that. Yeah, you can type that in Google. His face will pop up. That's Gene Roberts. That's an FBI, New York Police Department policeman. This right here, this guy who's standing. And there's another guy bending over, blowing air in Malcolm X's body after he just got killed, holding his hand over his face because he wasn't actually dead at that very moment. But that's right there on camera. And like I said, anybody can Google Gene Roberts. You will see this man's face right on the internet, and you will see that he is an FBI. He also infiltrated the Black Panther Party. The same guy. But anyway. So, I mean, but they're saying the nation did this. Okay. So this is from the Smithsonian too. Smithsonian Channel. So the reporter is Gene Simpson. He attends Malcolm X speech on this day from work. He makes the first report from the Audubon ballroom when Malcolm is shot. Gene Simpson is this reporter that's talking and they're filming here. So these are the photos from it. But this is the part I really wanted. And they're showing yeah. These are the people walking around. Look who's there, though. This is what I wanted people to understand. Now, at this point in time, that's just like the police. They hated Malcolm at this moment in time, these cops. But they're there, okay, a shooting just happened, so you expect cops. Who are these people? Now, this is his wife, and she's a nurse. So that's Betty. And Gene is still there. And this guy too. But they got Malcolm. Okay, so they got the blood, I guess, coming from his legs to go to his, because he was shot in the chest. So I guess that's what they're doing there. Yeah, and I'm just making that same point. Who are these people?
And shot twice.
Betty Shabazz is a nurse. Yeah, I'm like.
And that he is still alive, but feebly.
I saw people crawling on the floor. And so I got down too. Then when I was looking out and I saw someone look in amazement to the front, I knew they had shot my husband.
Could you give me your impression?
So, yeah, I mean, I think people need to understand this, because the thing is, people, when anytime Black folks try to do something or have something that's building things, we use a small incident and then they can use that to divide up everybody and destroy the support for the organization or the group. And that right there is something that, we need to be smarter than that, because no other group's going to let you just destroy their support just because you said something. Or even if somebody did get killed or something like that, it's like, okay, the thing gets solved and things get moved on. You move on. But yeah, I mean, and so, that's kind of what I was just doing. I'm just kind of updating on that for people. There's a lot more to this. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I actually started late on this. But yeah, I need to. There's some. I just think that this stuff right here is real important, because all of this stuff that we talk about, especially in the Black YouTube space about the family and do Black men need protection. I heard somebody on BMT's channel talking about that. I heard all of this stuff. This is where it happened. If you notice, in the 60s,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of this stuff that we talk about today, about all of this baby mamas and all of these, what do you call it, the Moynihan reports, and
Mm-hmm.
when did this stuff start? It starts in the 60s. It gets implemented in the 70s, and we feel it and grow up in it in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from that. This is that right there. Our organizations were protecting us from that. That's what they were fighting. That's what all of those it was always some Black organization. It was the NOI. It was the New Black Panther Party. It was the Shrine of the Black Madonnas. It was Cobra. It was SNCC. It was it was always some kind of organization, even the small ones, even stuff you never heard about locally. During that time, everybody was always a part of something. You remember anything like that?
I know about the Shrine of Black Madonna because I'm in Houston. Well, I I live about an hour away from Houston, so I've heard of them. New Black Panther Party, I've heard of them, but the Cobra, Snitch,
Mm.
those are new to me.
Okay, in Cobra is actually a reparations. It's an organization, but they don't do nothing. That's why you got ADOS and FBA now.
That would explain. That would explain. I'm like, who?
In Cobra, they done sold out because they didn't want to get killed. Those
Yeah.
kind of little organizations. They, when people start getting shot, and the organization started getting blown up, it was so many organizations the black people had, especially in the 60s and the early 70s, to try to develop the community and stuff. And that is what, and all, excuse me, all of these different things. And like I said, even locally in each city, there was little stuff, every city had something, every city had something. But once these places get taken out, you don't have as many groups because you can't do anything unless you have some kind of group power. You can't create even the Shrine of the Black Madonna. They were called BCN. Do they have anything like that around Houston? BCN. You ever seen that?
BCN.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's the Shrine of the Black Madonna. It's the same thing. Their leader was named Jeramogi.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
I just know of them.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, that's my point. We like all of this stuff, it's like we're doing the same thing over again. And they already know, they already took care of us because they have the history, they got the records, but we don't.
Right.
So we're talking about stuff and they're like, oh, okay, they're on that kick again. This is what we did to mess them up back then. So let's just replay that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just replay that. Let's have them infighting. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's just have them fighting the women. That's what we did last time. That worked.
Yeah, and it's
like because
it's working online, so it's shit.
And it's real irritating for people who do know some of that history because it's like y'all can't do this. So now you got a bunch of people that are proud to try to demonize pro-black. I mean, to me, that is so crazy. That is, and you're a black person talking about the pro-blacks are crazy. That is absolutely insane to me.
I mean, if you look at the people that quote unquote pro-black, online at least,
mm-hmm.
a lot of those people seem like they're scammers and seem like they're crazy. Now the real pro-blacks, they get lumped in with them, so now a lot of people don't trust them like that.
You see that? Don't trust them. But who are they trusting? And see, that's my point. My thing is this. You letting anybody define you in a negative. You cannot allow that. You don't allow yourself or your thing to be defined as a negative. It's not what's happening. It's what you allow to happen. You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset to me. That's the mindset you take. If I'm pro-black, just the definition of that word, everybody is pro-black. I'm just saying, if you're a black person, how could you be anti-black? Is that what to me, the opposite of pro is anti. And then what if you're either not pro-black or anti-black? What are you? You know, and the thing is, what are you? And now you want to come up with something else. It's like, okay, but what is that though? What is that doing as it relates to black folks or the family that you come from, the community that you come from? Is that an asset or is it a liability? Because when you're talking about pro and anti, you're really talking about asset and liability. So that's my thing. It's like if someone is doing something crazy, okay, well, they're doing something crazy. That's that person.
Right.
You don't let that get on the group. That's still crazy. You know what I'm saying? Meet you over there talking some crazy shit, or or whoever that is that individual, they're doing something crazy at that moment. But you don't put that on the group. That's what white folks do. Just like this boy done killed what? How many white people? 3 people up in Michigan.
Oh yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Well, the Rittenhouse effect. See, that's what we're doing. We're gonna put that on all of them. I'm gonna say the Rittenhouse
I have a
effect.
question about that. You know, because I really didn't see what was the whole brouhaha over it. Because to me, it was just like I thought he had killed some black folks. That's
No.
what that was my when I heard it. When I first initially heard about it, that was like a year ago. I'm like, oh, my impression was he killed some black folks. But then when I recently heard about it again, I was like, these are 3 white guys.
Yeah.
That 2 he killed, 1 he shot. I was like, why are we even getting involved in that? That's to me, it just seemed like a white on white crime.
Well,
So
the
why are
thing
we even why are we even pro against it or whatever? It's just that's them. That's their problem. Let them deal with it. I
well,
just
if
never
you,
seen why there was a big debate over it in the black side.
well, if you look at it like that, that I can understand it. But the thing is, excuse me, you have to look at the actual circumstances of why everything was going down. You remember that protest was happening because a black man had been shot in the back 7 times by that cop. His name was Jacob Blake.
Right.
You see, so it
Right.
was black folks out there creating the protests, but there was some white people out there too who was actually supporting some of their black friends. Now, the thing is, what happened with the Kyle Rittenhouse, he was the white supremacist side of the coin. The black people, he wanted to try to provoke people. This is the narrative that I believe. Kyle wanted to try to provoke people with his gun because he shouldn't have had the gun no way. But the point is, the black people avoided him. There were some white people who challenged him. He killed them. But these particular white people were in support of the Jacob Blake to punish the police for the Jacob Blake situation because we wanted the police punished. So the thing is, it would be in our interest to incentivize the folks who were willing to, put pressure on the police, even if they were from white communities or whatever. It would be in our interest to incentivize them to, to stand with, the few that do stand with. It would be in our interest to incentivize them. So, yeah, we don't want people just going out there shooting folks. And that's the reason why they let them two go as well, because they seen, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this stuff is like, we got to really understand, like, we can't be, I don't think it doesn't serve our interest to be looking at stuff just simple like that, because that's not how these folks win. And when I say win, I'm saying we're going to have to get ourselves together to the point where we can start having a last word on some stuff. And that never happens if we don't go to the next level. And that's what I mean by like we got to really start picking some sides here and really get into it. Because the thing is, some of us, like, we're not even really, we're thinking on some levels that ain't really, that's easily manipulated. Yeah, that's the reason why the what we call the pro-black side were, or the black folks were kind of pushing against the Rittenhouse issue, is because it was a ball that was set forth rolling because black men had got shot in the back, and that protest was a result of putting pressure on that police department and that DA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand the support and the protest. I get that part.
yeah,
but again, I'm hearing two different sides. Okay.
yeah, I know. There's some other thing. I'm about to
Yeah.
get out, but yeah, I'm gonna do I'm gonna try to do part 2 later in the evening because I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah.
Early in the morning. But I'm glad you called in, bro.
Oh, no problem. You know, I saw you.
What you doing this evening? You at work? Because I know you work at night, right?
I'm trying to. I'm gonna see. I might, because I'm supposed to be helping my brother move again. So it's kind of like. So if I'm, what time?
Well, I'm gonna try to get. It's probably gonna be like 9 or something like that. Your time, 9 or 10. So
9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'll see if I'm free. Yeah. I'll swing by.
Okay, cool. All right, brother. Speak.
All right, Super Mike. You have a good one, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.